Hi everybody, I'm Michael. This is a 5-minute review for Nancy Drew. Stay tuned for Danger. It's the second game in the Nancy Drew series. I think this is a really good game. It is way better than the first game, and it feels more like something from the Nancy Drew series. So in game number 20, they wanted to reach back and start with the first culprit Nancy Drew ever fought. They went to this game. They went to game number 2 instead of game number 1. And I think that was a good choice because the culprit in this game is particularly memorable. This game just feels more like a Nancy Drew game, to be honest, than the first one. The first one was okay. This one is so much better. You have a great sense of actually solving a mystery and exploring, because you can visit every location twice, really, during the daytime and in the dark. And that's good. I really like the big locations that you can explore, but there are also problems with that as well. It makes it really easy to overlook important things, because there's a lot of things you can look at, but they're not important to the mystery. Case in point, the prop room. So many different screens that you can look at, but there's only really 2 things there. The rest are just fun things to look at. Another case in point, it's really hard to know what the things you're supposed to look at are in Dwayne Powers' office at nighttime. I think there are like 2 or 3 papers that you specifically need to look at, and I didn't know what they were, and I got lost, and I got confused. I think there's also some papers in Lillian's office that you need to look at, so I'm one of many players who got super stuck, because you need to look at this one specific thing, but it's not obvious that it's important, and it's not super relevant to the storyline. Like, Dwayne has 3 papers in his briefcase. They're all basically the same thing. You could miss one of them. I think it would be fine. I think the game should have let you do that. And another thing that a lot of people get really stuck on, besides for triggering the end of the game there, is also there's a box which appears on Maddie's doorstep. I mean, that table thing. And then if Nancy doesn't see the box and watch the video inside, game comes to a screeching halt. Also, there's like a chocolate thing with the chocolate's phone number, which is really hard to trigger as well. I don't think I've ever been able to do that. Anyway, that's a big problem with this game. We've got, it's too easy to get stuck, and that's going to cost the game some points, in my opinion. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10, by the way. That's my score for this game. I really do like the game. I like the characters. The characters are fantastic. I wish we got to see more of the characters, to be honest. This game just has so many different characters, and I think that's great. I wish that they showed up more. Like, a lot of them only show up like once. Like Bill Papas, you only have one conversation with him. The prop room lady, she really only shows up at the beginning, and she has a conversation which is just brain teasers, but she's a lot of fun. I like her too. Maddie, for whatever reason, Maddie sort of gets up and leaves whenever you talk to her. So like the first 4 conversations you have with Maddie, she gets up and just leaves the room, which is weird. But it's sort of a strange balance, because the game wants Maddie to be there so you can talk to her, but they also want her gone so you can explore her area. And the game never seemed to really fit that balance. I think it would have been better if, say, Maddie's always at her house during daytime and she's not at her house at nighttime. This game has more of a story than the previous one. There's a set structure, which is great. So Nancy goes to the soap opera. Rick Arlen, that's the premise. Rick Arlen is daytime's cutest hunk. He's kind of a sleazeball. He almost gets killed when they're filming a scene for the soap opera, and it's a hilarious scene. His acting is so bad. I like that, and I really like the soap opera thing at the very end of the game, where the culprit thinks real life is a soap opera and goes crazy and tries to murder everyone. That was super dramatic. I loved how the culprit just you really could tell the culprit believes it's a soap opera, and that's why I like the soap opera setting. Let's see, the culprit also leaves a bomb in Rick's room. Nancy needs to defuse the bomb, and then she has to sort of explore the entire studio at night and explore Dwayne's office at night. So she basically explores everywhere at night. The studio's a pretty large location, too. Oh no, I'm up on 4 minutes. Okay, is there anything I'm forgetting? I like the structure of the game. I do like how it's a story that goes forward. I like how at the end of the game you get a chance to accuse anyone you want of being the culprit, and you can pick a motive for them too. I think that's really neat. I wish they sort of brought that back in other Nancy Drew games. I think the final puzzle of the game is too hard, where you just have to pick a random series of like eight eight buttons. You need to press 8 buttons in a specific order. Meanwhile, the alarm's going brah, brah, brah the whole time. And if the culprit kills you, oh my gosh, it is such a creepy ending, but it's still super satisfying when you solve the final puzzle. All in all, great game. One of my favorites. I tend to think of this as the first game in the Nancy Drew series, sort of overlooking Secrets Can Kill. Sorry, Secrets Can Kill, but Stay Tuned for Danger is so much better. And I also like Maddie too. Bye!